And the other thing you need to know is if you're a famous dude, right, and you bring in a girl like this that's relatively obscure that no one fucking knows, what's going to happen is she's going to become famous. And she's going to get really famous. What ends up happening is she's down here, you're up here, you're bringing her almost up to your level. So now she has access to people she would have otherwise never had access to because of you, right? And again, this can create a lot of problems. Now, here's the other issue. This dude guy's in his 20s, right? What do I tell y'all all the time? Hey, don't get married or really start taking women seriously until you're in your 30s at least. You got to have a certain lay count. You got to have some money put away. You got to have some experience. The reason why I tell y'all this is because modern women in their 20s have a lot of game nowadays. Why? Well, the reason why they have so much game, and I talk about this in my book, Why Women Deserve Less over here, is by the time a woman is in her early 20s, guys, she's been hit on thousands of times. If you add in the internet, right, and social media, Instagram, TikTok, etc., we're talking about tens of thousands of times. And what happens when people hit on you that much or try to talk to you that often? Guess what happens? You become really good at identifying losers versus winners, deflecting and judoing motherfuckers. You basically become a black belt in keeping losers away, right? And then some women get so good at this where not only are they able to learn how to repel certain men and keep them away, they figure out how to use those men in a way that's advantageous to them only, but not the man. This, my friends, is what I call the fucking friend zone. Women get hit on so much, they develop a skill set to get some motherfuckers to give them value while they don't give any value back. In other words, this nigga's gonna be my Uber guy. This guy's gonna be my food guy. This guy's gonna be my friend that I can tell my problems to, and he's gonna be the emotional tampon. And these idiots will gladly do it. Why? Because men don't get the same level of attention from the opposite gender as women do. You can take a 21-year-old woman, you take a 21-year-old man, right? That 21-year-old woman is going to have tens of thousands of interactions with men between real life and the internet. That 21-year-old guy might have 2. Okay? That nigga might have 2. Now, let me ask you guys a simple question. Who's going to be a better boxer? The boxer that spars every single day and fights southpaws, orthodox, etc.? Or the boxer who's only had 2 spars in his life? I think we know the answer to that. The boxer that spars every day, aka the woman, is going to be far more effective and skilled than the individual that doesn't spar. This is where men have the disadvantage. Since women get far more experience with the opposite gender, they become a lot better at identifying higher status individuals from opposite gender or lower status individuals. Men don't. Okay? This is why she was able to come in, get in the relationship, get what she needed, get the fuck out. Meanwhile, he's sitting there talking about mental health and, oh man, this sucks and all this other shit. Because she was able to quickly assess where he stands, get her value, get the fuck out. He wasn't able to keep up. Why? Because men don't have the same level of interaction from the opposite gender. In other words, women are fucking black belts and dudes are white belts most of the time, okay? So she comes in, Uno reverses, judo this, doing that, throwing this nigga around, blah, blah, blah.